275,000 civilians, unfortunately, are taken hostages by the terrorists of al-Nusra Front and Jaish al-Fateh and all these terrorist groups changing their labels around the clock. And preventing them and using them, of course, as a human shield, and preventing them from getting out of the eastern part of Aleppo through the 4 humanitarian corridors opened by both the Russians and the Syrian army.
Well, Russia says it is targeting the terrorist group formerly known as al-Nusra in Aleppo. Last December, Washington pledged to separate al-Nusra from the so-called moderate rebels in Syria, but has failed to do so since then. In an interview to the BBC, Russian Foreign Minister Sergey Lavrov slammed the continuous delay, while a State Department spokesperson admitted that the U.S. has not been going after the al-Qaeda affiliate for months now.
You hit Nusra, I believe you described it as al-Qaeda maybe in March or something, or February. It was earlier this year.
Yep.
Since then, there hasn't been any specific action against Nusra, is that right? Military action?
No, but I'd have to double check. I just can't definitively say that. As they became intermingled, and as they became intermingled in civilian areas, we've always sought to limit the possibility of civilian casualties.
We have more and more reasons to believe that from the very beginning the plan was to spare Nusra and to keep it, just in case, for Plan B or for Stage 2, when it would be time to change the regime.
Earlier, my colleague Andrew Farmer discussed the situation in Syria with former CIA policy advisor Fred Fleets.
One argument that's put forward is that America really hasn't tried very hard, or seems to be very ineffective in separating so-called moderate rebels from terrorist groups. Why is it proving to be so difficult?
You're exactly right. I don't think that this administration has had any serious policy for the situation in Syria or the situation in Iraq. And as I said earlier, that has created a power vacuum that other states are taking advantage of, including Russia.
But it does bomb terrorists, doesn't it? It does bomb ISIL, it does bomb al-Nusra.
Well, I'm not denying that, but I think Russia's objective is to take advantage of a power vacuum caused by the Obama administration.
What's the way forward now, Fred?
Well, I'm hoping if we have a Donald Trump administration that we will get a new international alliance, including NATO troops, to restore law and order and stability to Syria, move Iran out of that nation, and bring stability to the region. I think that's quite a stretch, but I don't see any other solution.
But how will that bring stability when you look at the example of Libya and Iraq?
I think there's a way with an international alliance, with regional states and NATO troops, to completely wipe ISIS out. I think taking ISIS out in Syria is going to be messy and expensive, and there will be loss of life. But the only way to do it, I think, is a multinational coalition led by NATO with regional states participating.
Which would also take out the Syrian government.
I think the Syrian government should be pressured to leave office if such a coalition enters Syria.
And if it doesn't?
Well, we may have to take it out.